Hello and welcome back to Inspiring Messages. This is episode 2. Hello, I am Brian. Welcome back. And today we are at McLane Church, Union City. Today we are going to be looking at the creative side of worship services here and talking to the worship and production teams that help make everything happen here each Sunday. We are all instruments of God, yet each one of us has a very important role to play. I am also part of this team, and it is one of the most incredible teams that you'll ever get the pleasure of ever knowing. And I cannot wait to show you guys what we do, how we do it, and what everybody on the team thinks of how we do it and what we do. So let's get right on to it.
Hi, I'm Spence. I'm the worship leader here at our Union City site. I'm also the worship director for McLane Church. My favorite part of what I do is getting to make a difference in somebody's eternity. Getting to work with people in worship and production has definitely changed me in a good way. It can be kind of crazy and insane sometimes, but it's a nuttiness that I love. I'm really thankful that God trusts us to do the work that He gives to us each and every week. We have a great team, and we might not all hold the rope the same way, but we're always pulling in the same direction.
What are my roles in the Union City Worship and Tech team? I play both bass and keys, and I run lights back in the booth. I started out on Pro Presenter. I kind of came around one Sunday. A lot of what I was brought here by a friend of mine. He's actually Stephen Early, my friend, brought me here, and I started running Pro Presenter, and I absolutely loved it. But then they found out I played bass, so I decided to start playing bass, and it's been an awesome experience ever since. I've absolutely loved every part of what I do out here, whether it be bass, keys, lights, occasionally sometimes even sound a little bit. I love it.
The most important thing to me every Sunday is that people are engaged in authentic worship. That's what I want from McLane Church. That's what I want for everybody that comes through the doors or visits us online. I think is authentic and engaging worship. But if we can achieve that, not necessarily having what we call, might call a product, not making it loud or fast or bright or going for those things. But if we have authentic and engaging worship where people can connect and have a deeper relationship with Christ, then I think we've done our goal.
So, my basic role in the Union City Worship team generally alternates. Sometimes I'm doing Pro Presenter or lights, or sometimes both. One way or another, I like both of them because generally it keeps me occupied. And I really love hearing people worship together. So, it's generally my favorite part. It's my favorite part of what I do is to hear people worship. It's to hear the congregation moving together. It's to hear the Spirit of God. It's my favorite part.
What's your favorite part of what you do? I really genuinely enjoy the fact that we get to glorify God's name. And the fact that, my talents are able to glorify God's name, because I never knew that I was a very musical person until a couple of years ago. Before that point, actually, I didn't like music very much, ironically enough. And to be brought out here, it's truly been an honor, and it's such an awesome experience to be able to glorify God's name with all the wonderful members of the worship team. I love them all so much. They are, oh my gosh.
My role in worship in Union City is I'm a vocalist here on the worship team, but also I've kind of stepped into a little bit of the worship leading aspects, kind of helping to put things together and see the other side of worship. My favorite part of what I do here is just using the gifts that God has given me to really engage with the congregation and just really speak through myself to them with my voice and with the gift that He's given me. It wouldn't be possible without God.
Anybody that wants to get involved in anything at any site, then I say take the plunge and do it. try it, and if you don't like it, then you never do it again, and at least you'll know. Whether it's worship and production or serving in the Power Zone, we always need more people. We have more kids, we have more mouths to feed, we have more people coming in every week. And the more people that dig in, I think they find a lot of fulfillment in that. And I know we could not do what we do without all the incredible volunteers that we have on staff. So try it out. If it's not for you, try something different. Maybe it'll be the best thing you've ever done. Maybe you'll not like it very much and go find something else to do, but at least you'll know. So if it's on your heart at all, pray on it, talk to people, find out what it's like, see if you can come just check it out and understand that we're very friendly and welcoming. We take what we do very seriously, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. And in that, I think we find peace.
I think it has changed me in a good way. And honestly, if it were me a few years ago, I don't think I'd get along with everyone the way I do now. Quite honestly, I love everyone I work with. Like, they're my family. I couldn't ask for a better team, honestly. The most important part to me sometimes has to be organization. But it's not just organization. It's all about getting along with everyone, having a gentle and kind flow between everyone. So that way we can focus, get the job done, and make sure everyone walks out of there feeling the Spirit of God more than they have when they walked in.
Has working with the people that you do change you in a good way? Oh yes, certainly. I find that, you know, the entire worship and production team out here, I love them all, like I just said. They are such positive people, and it's had such a positive influence on my life because I've just become more of a positive person. Like, I find myself smiling more, and this is like my happy place now, you know. I like coming here and worshiping and, you know, going on stage or just being back in the booth or just being in the congregation. It's so wonderful. It's because of the people and just the experience as well. It's so nice. It was such a welcoming experience at first, and it has always and continues to be awesome because of both the people and because of the place.
I think working with the people here at the church, because I've volunteered in many aspects, from Power Zone to production to small group. The group that we have here in Union City is like a tight-knit family. We all look out for each other, and it's definitely allowed me to step into some other skill sets that I have in praying for people and just, you know, building those relationships that I don't really have outside of worship. So changed me in a good way. Definitely changed my life in a good way. It's good to have people in your corner, and it's good to have people that are trying to attain the same goal that you are. Just spreading the gospel and using worship to really speak to people like that.
And what I would probably say to someone who would like to join, please feel free. We have open arms. We would love to have more people. It's always great to be able to teach someone what it means to bring a crowd together, to bring a congregation together in worship. It's one of the best feelings. And honestly, can't wait to see what happens after the red carpet event takes place.
What is most important to you each Sunday, before, during, after services? Well, an overarching answer is before, during, and after all of them. You got to make sure that, you know, you're maintaining the faith, because you need to remember, and it's in me specifically. I try to remember, you know, the reason why we're up there is because we're glorifying God's name. You know, we're singing His praises, and, you know, like today we were singing what a beautiful name it is, the name of Jesus. You know, it's remembering those things during all of that time. Remembering to stop for a second, just kind of pray. Like, you know, if the nerves get to you on stage, just kind of stop for a second, pray to God. Just know that no matter what, He's here with us, with you throughout the entirety of it. What would you say to people who might want to get involved at any of our sites? Try it out, for certain. Try it out. A year ago, before my friend Steven, as I mentioned earlier, brought me out here. I honestly never would have thought I would be here today, but I gave everything a chance, and it was awesome. It truly is an awesome experience. You know, it was so great, and I think it's honestly a great experience. The people are wonderful. The congregation is great, and if you're thinking about getting on stage but you have some nerves, I'd say give it a try. It certainly is an experience like no other, and I would love to see you as a part of the worship team.
Most important is when Spence brings Timbits for rehearsal. That's super great. No. I think for me it's just prayer. Prayer is such a vital part of worship, and anything that you do on a Sunday morning. It's not just about the product that you're putting out there or the way that you're presenting yourself to the congregation or to newcomers coming in the church, but the preparation and praying for each and every person that's coming in here, and praying over the space and the environment and the volunteers, but also just praying that what we're doing here is speaking to other people, that it's changing their lives as much as it's changing our own lives. I think that if you're thinking about getting involved in serving at McLane Church, I would just say do it. Sometimes it can be very intimidating, thinking about obligating yourself, and whether it's on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis to serving, but I can tell you that you're going to get more out of it than you'll ever put into it. And God will use that in your life to grow and stretch, and I just speak to you through His Spirit to just become who He has called you to be. And there's no other aspect that you could do other than serving that is going to put you in a position to do so.
My favorite part of what I do is getting to see the looks on people's faces when they either first meet God or they've had that relationship, but it sort of hasn't been the strongest. And it's seeing that transformation, that look on their faces when they get that aha moment is there for me all the time, and it evolves me no matter what I do. That's just like the best feeling ever, honestly. And even though I really don't have anything to do with that, I know that it's just one of those things that, oh my gosh, we sat here and we help God reach these people. We help to bridge that gap. Is what the church does. We break down the barriers, as the motto says, to give access to Christ, and that is what we do. We break down the barriers to give access to Christ. We do that, and because we do that, people's lives change. That is my favorite part of it. It truly is. So much work goes on behind the scenes from a production standpoint that nobody really even sees unless you're a part of it, and that really is our goal. We want you to focus on nothing but the worship and God. And hopefully everything that goes on behind you stays exactly there, behind you. Well, we want you to focus on God Himself, and that's it. So all the work that we do is all to make sure that that is what happens. From rehearsals to getting the computers and lights ready, for everything that we do, the sound and everything, it's all for the glory of God. And because of that, I hope that we do Him proud and that we've done a great job every Sunday. So what's the secret behind everything that we do that makes everything work so nice? Well, God, first of all. I mean that's obvious. Well, is there anything that we do as a team that brings everything together? Well, sure, we work together very well. And we also have a little bit of a motto. Now, I don't think this rings true for the other sites and how we view this one perspective. But our little motto, unofficial motto, is, let's not suck. I mean, seriously, that's exactly what it is. Let's not suck. Oh my gosh, it's fun. I mean, we, as Spence said, we take ourselves seriously, but not too seriously. If we don't enjoy doing what we do, then you're not going to enjoy worship, because it takes a team effort to make all this come together. And I truly believe that we work so well together because, we care about each other. We care about each other quite a bit, and it shows because even though there's craziness, there's nuttiness, there is everything that can go wrong goes wrong. But you never see that because we often iron out most of the kinks. I mean, granted, we always have some stupid computer issue occasionally. But in any case, we just hope that this brings to light a little bit about what we do. And, to be quite honest, we have so much fun doing it. It is just a blast. And I think I can speak for everybody when I say there isn't anything that we'd rather do. It is so much fun. It is so entertaining for us. And we just love doing what we do. I mean, where else are you going to find a church service that can integrate a kazoo into a worship set? I mean, come on, that in itself is just an amazing feat, don't you think? Now we're almost done here, but before we go, I have one more thing to say before we wrap up. Because of the way things are, for me, it's really hard for me to, get involved with things like this because I haven't been treated that well. And it's because people can be nasty and awful sometimes. I mean, not everybody, but there are those that pick on people that are different. That certainly is not the case here, and thanks to 3 people specifically, Spence, Steven, and Braden, who gave me just that confidence boost that I need. That they are the most incredible people that you'll ever meet if you ever get the chance to meet them. And they just made me feel so welcome that my opinions actually matter, that heck, I even matter. I mean, Steven, take for example Steven, he sits there and we'll sit in the back when services are going on, when we don't have to be actually working, and he'll just sit there and we'll talk about this and that, and whatever comes to mind. Braden, he will just take all my ideas and he'll run with them. I absolutely love working with him because I honestly think that we think the same way most of the time. I even do things, and he's even got his part done before I finish because I think he knows what I'm about to do. And it's amazing. And Spence, he just rolls it all together. It's so fantastic, and I appreciate everybody so much, but those 3 people mean so much to me because they have given me the confidence to do everything that I've done here, and that means the world to me. Thank you, everyone. This concludes this episode of Inspiring Messages. I hope that everybody enjoyed this episode. Please let us know, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.